We're going to talk to you about burgers, and you get 12 or 24 of these giant burgers. They're 5.33 ounces. This is, Mr. Rastelli, your private stock. Tell us about private stock.
It is, David. This is a private stock. So let's first look at the texture. So private stock, Black Angus. Private stock means this is the finest Black Angus steaks that we take. We make these out of steaks, and what you're going to taste
not
is
steak trimmings.
Not steak trimmings, steaks. But David, they're dry aged. They're not wet aged. So what does dry aging do? Well, dry aging gives you that natural breakdown of the muscle, which gives you tenderness. But what it really does, it gives you that great beefy flavor. So
let me hit it with a little bit of this pink salt.
When that pink Himalayan sea salt's going to come with it. And the reason I gave you the pink Himalayan sea salt instead of our traditional seasoning is because the flavor is going to burst out of this burger. And I just wanted that pink Himalayan sea salt to give you a little added sweetness to it.
You get a nice loose knit
yes.
with this burger, and that's what signifies that it's a smash burger technology. And what you're coming away with is something very, very tender and super juicy. Now, I need to just give you a little word of caution that the 24 count is already so popular. Everybody is dialing in for that, and we've got a little side-by-side comparison, yes?
Yes. So
the Rastelli brand and traditional brand of patties.
And here's what happens, David. Because our traditional burger is so tightly knitted together, the burger cooks on the outside, so you get char on the outside and you get the inside that's not cooked well enough. Our burger, our meat is folded together. It allows the meat to actually cook from the inside out. So what you're going to notice first about our burgers is they don't shrink. They actually plump when you cook them. And here's actually footage of our burger. It's our actual burger right from frozen. We dropped it on a hot grill. At about the 5-minute mark, we flip it.
But don't press it.
Don't ever press it. And look at that burger plumping, right? That's because, again, it's so loosely knit together.
Mr. R, I just cut your burgers, 2 of them with a fork.
Yes. Isn't that amazing?
I mean, come on now. Now, this is not made with steak trimmings. It's made with whole steaks.
Yes.
And when I say whole steaks, I mean strips, ribeyes, sirloins, and fillets.
I'm going to show you that, David, right here, because that's the difference.
Okay.
That's the difference.
Maybe?
Yep, there you go.
There it is. Oh, my. Mr. R, those are so good.
Aren't they amazing? Dry aged, Black Angus, but it's steak, it's ribeye steak, it's New York strip steak, it's filet mignon, it's sirloin steaks. You'll notice we've taken all the fat off it. It's nice and lean. It's going to plump when you cook it. But here's the other thing we've done, David. Everyone is individually vacuum packed. See that beautiful color? That's the color of a steak because you've got steak marbling inside there. And I'm going to show you how I cut that burger like a steak, and I want you to see the inside of this. Look at how beautiful that is.
If you need to do a knife, go ahead.
Yeah, look, I cut that with a knife, right? Because I want you to see that's just like a steak, right? And of course, if you want to treat it like a steak, like I'm doing here, how about just doing that? Just drop that on your plate with maybe some of your greens and your mashed, a little bit of broccolini there. And you know what? I now don't have a burger. I have an incredible steak that I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of my brown mushroom gravy on top.
Oh, well, there it is.
So think about that. It's not only the greatest burger you'll have, but it's one of the most incredibly flavorful, tender steaks you'll ever eat.
I have done this myself. When I am out of ground beef in my home, I'll take a couple of your burgers and I'll crumble them up as I cook them. Then I'll fold them into my red sauce and make a meat sauce out of it.
Yes, and you can do that certainly with this because remember, it's made from steak. So I call it a steak burger. Now I want you to notice how thick that burger is. This is 5.33 ounces. This is a third of a pound, right? But I want you to notice how juicy, how tender, and how moist this is. Now, I've cut it with a knife, but David, as you said, you can cut right through this with a fork, and the reason for it is because of the loose knit.
And if nobody's looking to eat it with your fingers.
Look at that.
And even if they are looking to eat it with your fingers. This is M96278. I am of the firm mind that you use the company tells. Use them, eat with your fingers, and spread a little kindness. That's all you need to do. This is lovely, and all year long is the right time for burgers. Not just the summer months, not just the warm months when we're out barbecuing. Because if we wanted to cook these on top of the stove, we can do that, yes?
Absolutely. Right in a skillet, you can do that. And what I want to show you, I'm going to put it on a bun because I want you to see, relative to a bun, how big this burger is. You know how most times you put a burger on a bun and it gets lost? That's
this one.
not the case with this burger. I'm just going to cut this in half and let you see just how much of this bun it fills up. And
They call it a bun filler for a reason, right?
Yep,
and these are
exactly.
brioche buns. Oh,
that's a big, big bun, but look at the moisture that's inside of that burger. Look
and then
at that.
you add a great big slab of cheddar cheese, American cheese, whatever you love. And maybe you add pickles and lettuce, tomato, and bacon, and good heavens, which way do I steer? This is a lovely product, and it's so tender and so delicious and cooks in minutes.
And from frozen. Remember, always want to take your burgers right out of the package from frozen, right onto your skillet. Right at this time of year, I use a cast iron skillet in the house, but David, this weekend it's going to go up to 70 degrees.
That's what I heard.
Right, think about that. So we're
It's going to feel like springtime.
We're going to be outside.
Early summer.
Exactly, outside on the grill. And what I want you to notice is this burger does not shrink. Look at the size of this burger. And that's what most people are amazed of. I get people writing me all the time. They say, Ray, I can't believe it. Your burger's actually plump. Well,
hold that right there, Mr. R. Because then I'm going to take the lid to that burger and pop it on there onto, oh, hello.
Look at that. I mean,
hello.
That's a burger.
You're welcome.
That's a burger.
That is lovely. And on a night when you're thinking, we need to have burgers for dinner, this is going to be perfect. Whether you are cooking out on the barbecue or you're cooking on the stovetop, finishing in the oven, whatever you might be doing, this is a lovely product. And put some great big pickles on there, and beefsteak tomato, and bib lettuce, and some grilled onions, and a fried egg. I mean, put it all. This is delightful, delightful product. Everybody is looking. Now that's made with American cheese.
Yes. And David,
lovely.
Private stock. The reason we call it private stock because this is made from steak. Ribeye steak, strip steak, filet mignon, and sirloins.
And not trimmings.
Not trimmings,
Whole
steak.
steaks.
Yes, that have been dry aged. Now, you know dry aged steaks. If you go to a great steakhouse, you'll get a dry aged steak, and that's what we're making it. Look at this beautiful steaks that we take. We grind them into these beautiful morsels that we actually call them noodles. And then, of course, we press them down lightly. Now, that's where you get the fold and the press of the burger, not the density you get of a typical burger. That's why our burgers plump. That's why they stay this juicy, David.
Burgers should not be tough as shoe leather.
No.
They should be very, very tender, and these are. I mean, you're going to taste it and you're going to be like, this is what I've been missing. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the kind of burger that if my family's going to have burgers for supper, then this is what you want, right? And maybe you'll put a double stack on these, make a double. Maybe you'll do a triple. If you're doing triples, invite me, and Mr. Rastelli will come over and help you eat. This is lovely. Now, you get 12 or 24. You choose 12 or 24. We're shipping all these immediately, and cook these from frozen. In fact, they're better from frozen, yes?
Absolutely. You do not want to thaw them. You're right from frozen.
So 12 of these or 24 of these. The 24 count is very, very popular. Yes. Now, Mr. Rastelli, these are so big, they're individually packed.
They are. We've individually vacuum packaged them for not just for safety, right? Because we're keeping in all the freshness, we're keeping out all the bacteria, but I wanted you to have the convenience of just opening a package and taking one out. Now, from frozen, it's really simple. Just take your scissors, cut it, pull it out frozen, right on your skillet.
Just eat.
And it's, as you said, delicious, fast, easy, something special. This is very special. Dry
I mean, you're not
aged.
going to find this in your local grocery store.
No, you won't. In fact,
I mean,
Dave,
dry-aged steaks.
I think we've only done this once before here with you,
yeah.
right? And I will tell you that it's been a fan favorite. So if you've ever had a dry-aged steak on a menu, you'll see they never put a price. It always says market price.
Because it's more expensive.
Much more expensive. We've taken that steak, turned it into a steak burger. So this, I know, typically first of the year, right? January, February, people are watching their weight a little bit. They're trying to eat a little bit healthier,
eating smarter, right?
Yeah. So think about what I did here, where I just cut this into strip, just like I would do a steak. Look at how beautiful.
I mean, get out your knife and fork, because
just like a steak. Right?
When I was a little boy, we'd go when Mom got paid, we'd go to the steakhouse.
Yes. Yep.
And I would usually order a great big hamburger patty that was like what they called it chop steak.
That's right.
And they would serve it with a great big piece of garlic toast. And then I get a salad on the side. Mom always insisted on a leafy green salad. And this was dinner. It was the number 3 where we went to the steakhouse. I remember that. I was a wee small. But this is, I would always say to Mom, I want the number 3. She said, you have the number 3? I said, I'm gonna have the number 3. She always asked it like she didn't know. This is very, very popular. And if you're looking to do a steak sauce or a mushroom sauce on top, treat this like a knife and fork steak because it is. This is not made with steak trimmings. These are made with sirloins, ribeyes, strip steaks, and fillets.
That's correct. It's the finest steak that you can get that we've dry aged for 28 days. So we don't do it often. That's why I think we've only had this once before, David. But again, look at this. It's been out here now for a few minutes. I want you to see the moisture that's inside
because
of it.
as beef sits, it continues to cook.
Yes.
And the internal temperature can sometimes go up 5 or 10 degrees. So it's important to know if you take it off the heat when it's still medium rare, it's probably a medium by the time you settle down to eat it. We have the 12 and 24 count. I need to let you know now that in the 12 count, we have about 700 left in the 12 count, and in the 24 count, about 800. And then you take the patty like so into your fingers. And a big old bite. This is lovely, Mr. Rastelli. Did you all want burgers?
Of course. Came out, of course.
There's plenty. Want to thank the Rastellis and Chris Mincer